Thanks for making it to the video today. My name's Don and I show artifacts that I found in North Carolina after a mound site was being destroyed in my neighborhood. You can see the carvings on these weird stones that have these portraits of humans on them. If you look closely at the eye right there, you'll be able to see the carving in the shadows. I picked this time of day to show these so that you can see the shadows and things in them. This is a birdman, so we all know about the Birdman of Cahokia. And this is the depiction of a bird transition from a human to a bird. It's a lot of different things, but really the main story of this stone, which is the first stone I think that I've ever been able to really tell a story about, is of the birdman. So we have a lot of great light, and what I want to show today is some of these faces that you can see how just the half of the face is pictured here with the eye and the nose. And as we tilt this stone in the light, you'll be able to see the features poke out for the eye, how round the eye is, and different things there. You'll be able to see pretty well, especially when we tilt it like this. You can see how that long nose comes out. I want you to remember the shape of that nose. And I'm going to show you another one right now. And really take a close look at the defined eye. Let's go ahead and look at this one now. So this one, of course, has the portrait here, and just earlier today we flipped it over and then we saw that there was a really great portrait on this one as well. And so let's go ahead and give that a look. So right here, boom. So you can see a very similar motif here with the carving if you look closely into the eye. Sorry for bumping the camera there. But if you look very closely, almost like a coin, you can see the line, see the carving, the line, and the very detailed eye right there with the nose, and of course the rest of the features there of the hair, the cheek, the mouth. Whenever we point it downward, I think this one probably comes out best. So you line up the nose, you can see how the rest of this is hair coming back into the very back here. So we're holding a bust of a person right now. These are to be treated with respect, even if the archaeologists in our state here in North Carolina are going to deny these. We know better. We know that these are artifacts created by people who are long ago passed, and for that reason we treat them with respect. We're not trying to convince ourselves, we're trying to convince you guys so that you can write your state officials and the people who really take your money to research things. We want this to be researched. We just want it to be taught. That's all there is to it. This is where we live at. America's a great place, and so we should be celebrating the history that's here and not just ignoring it. This bird effigy right here with its, thinking 3D, right? Of course you see the face and the round eye. Beautiful bird. So the site here in North Carolina, of course, features a lot of birds, and we'll go ahead and take a look at a few more of those now. But what really I want to do is just kind of explore some new ones with you, especially in these shadows here. Of course, we know the original gateway, and we know this beautiful girl. See how the carving in the shadows really helps us to see how the face is carved out right here with the eye, of course, and the nose and the mouth, and the rest of this being hair. And this was somebody's kid, guys. This is a stone puppet, perhaps. It means more than just being a puppet. It's like a photo. It's the best that they could do to remember their family by. So it's super important. It's not silly. It's not a joke. So I'm glad that, 750 of us now, 250 more of us, and we'll be able to start giving some money to the local indigenous charities. So the two eyes here, the way that you do this, you can tilt it really far, and I'll try to get our focus right. And see how the two eyes are there, right? Watch, I can make them one. If you do it just right, and then on the edge here, there'll be a different profile. So there's a couple different people portrayed in this stone here. This is actually not even a stone. This is a piece of pottery. If you look at the consistency of it, the lobe right there, you'll notice that it is it's a piece of polymer of some sort, and there's a whole lot more on this. We see the recessed eye, so the eyeball right there. The pottery ones are so great because the carvings on them are just incredible, very defined normally. And you have this big, look at the portrait facing down. So you have this the big face fella, but the one right here with the lips, see the indentation for the lips and the nose, and of course there'll be an eye right here. And when I tilt it up, you might not be able to see it as well. See, because the shadows, they play such a huge role in this art. This was made to represent probably several different people and maybe even different things. Look at the one on the very top edge here. Let's go ahead and put this up into the light so you can get a better, there we are. There's a large one, and then if you look right on the forehead, right here, there's a little small one too. See the nose poking out of another one. There's so many. And you can see how the face is smooth. So see the jawline represented with the curve. And we could go over and over and I mean more and more. It'll either be a bird or a human. I'm gonna go ahead and change positions because this isn't really working out for the video for me to be able to see what's going on, but it was worth it to show you guys that. Now this, as I move my hand, I can feel it crumbling apart just in my hand. So we do have to be careful with these. This is super fragile. Well, I am not exactly sure what else to show you guys. We have one more here we'll go ahead and take a look at. Oh, two more. Let's go ahead and take a look at this big one here. Of course, you guys know this giant one. Go ahead and zoom out just a little bit so you can get a good view of him. And the hashes on here, on the bottom right, show the kind of a checkerboard pattern you can see, which if you can't see anything else, of course, I'm pretty sure you can tell that this is a giant head. But if you're unable to, at least you can see the lines and things that are on the right hand side there. And whenever we flip this over here, this is the one that I actually like more than that one. And you can see the eye very well in the shadows here. Looks like we are just about to lose our sun, but that's perfect. And in the shadow here, right in this section, it's very defined and painted. There's paint in there, preserved for God knows how long. So if you look closely at the features of the bottom of the mouth and the chin and things. And as we spoke about earlier, I mean, in each one of these sockets is another eye. So sometimes there's a row of mouths. In this instance, it looks like they made a very long nose. It's a very different way to look at the art. So, of course, you see this portrait here on the side, and then we all see our friend here. Lovely. Have a wonderful day, guys, and be well. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your fams. See us. Bye-bye.